Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you and welcome back to the Beat Up Plan as we return to our Crimson Chateau estate within the darkest dungeon. Now, I have been having a little bit of a look-see around. Currently, we are in week 75. We have 100 weeks. We have 3 more darkest dungeon levels to complete. We need to start doing those from week 90 at max. Gives us 15 weeks. 14 weeks. Depending a little bit how you look at it. Those 14 weeks I'm going to make maximum use of in order to get as much as I can that gives me the best chance of success. Now, one of those would be getting, for instance, the Toy Soldier, plus 10% protection, plus 3% crit chance, and getting that repose damage up. Yes, because I like a Man-at-Arms, absolutely Man-at-Arms is obligated, more or less, in the second run of the Darkest Dungeon. However, I'm going to make use more of that light bonus, that torches stay on way longer, and I'm going to go currently for the Ancestor's Signet Ring and getting something more deeds. Don't need much deeds anymore, but there is one district and there's, I believe, a single thingamabob that I need to upgrade in the hamlet. So, I'm gonna go with a little bit of a different version of, for all that is good. I've opted not to have a Crusader in here. I'll tell you why. I would like to use Arthur. It's Eldritch Hate and Quick Reflexes. I want to use him when it's really needed. That's a really good one. And our other Crusader, where are you, Jackson Anderson? Yeah, well, you got the Crimson Curse, so I'm trying to move that out. Though I do like to also lock in, for instance, Warrior of Light. But I can't lock in everything. Currently, I'm gonna go for this team. It has heals. It has some combinations with bleeding, so that is really nice. That's extra damage. I did not opt actually to go this time for his extra crit chance, because the other trinket, I have to admit, it's only for bleed skill of his own and range skill chance, which mainly means Caltrops benefits from it and a little bit come hitter. I don't know if I need that. I could do that over and then leave the marking if we mark up to the Houndmaster. After all, his is minus 30% protections. This is only minus 20. So I could do it like this. But then again, we're going into the ruins. So, meh. You know what I mean? It's the ruins. It's not really handy for bleeding. So we're going to do it like this. Once again, a little bit less stress because we don't have that much focused healing. And we're going to try and have some fun. Let's go. Maximum food, we can handle it. Only 2 stacks of that. After all, we have additional light. Let's not go overboard, because the last time we went overboard and it was a waste. And although I don't have money to spare, wasting money is not really my thing. Let's go. And let's hope that buff to the light is as good as I think it would be.
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar, now foreign.
Explore 90% of rooms. Gonna skip this one room, I reckon. And we have to do a few of those. Well, let's go back. Why not? There's nothing really for or against it. Except perhaps that there's nothing here to gain. Oh, that is nice though. Take that, so you can only rush shot. And this team, of course, with a flagellant in it, in the form of Valak, has a little bit more power in its healing capabilities. Let's create some extra light. It's not about the rune belt. Anything else, after all, we've already more or less dealt with this guy.
The enemy crumbles.
There's no real need for it. Nearly full health, full light. Put him to the first rank. Make sure that he can only do rush shot. Unfortunately, that failed.
A dizzying blow to body and
Of
brain.
course. The last action he does is a crit. This team does have, of course, a little bit less stun capabilities, but this guy is already dead.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
I'll make use of that on the way back. And go back. The other dungeons that were available to us were also long dungeons, but the disadvantage of that particular dungeon, you know, we could do this. And at least we've learned that, because we didn't learn of that particular bonus yet. The other dungeons also offered long dungeons, with also signet rings, but they offered 16 crests. Well, whoop-de-la-dee-doo, I don't want to be really annoying, but if I trade deeds, they will be better than crests, so there was really no use for that. Oh, just had a battle. Would have benefited from a little bit of light. But we still got to jump on them. I just realized I made a lot of bleed combo in this team, and we're fighting skeletons, as I said, and they don't really bleed a lot, so why did I do that? I have no idea. Oh, just get stunned a little. Ow. It's just... ah, too bad. I had hoped to move him to the back, just in general. Alright, well, Grubiel looks good. This does a small stress heal. If that would have gone a little bit better, at least. Ooh, group heal looks bad. I need to focus heal. Yep. Focus heal. Yeah, we have a little bit less control here with this team. Because there's less stuns in it.
A momentary abatement.
It was a little annoying that you were completely invisible. Would you please not crit me that much? Thank you very much. Ow, again? Yeah, I forgot the flagellant is horrible in the ruins. Not really smart.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
You need to get rid of the corpses. No! Well, we have a Death Door debuff.
Brink, facing the abyss.
Couldn't help it. We got a Death's Door debuff. Plus 10% stress from the rest of the quest. That's not really nice. Will you stop hitting the same dude over and over and over?
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
Please! Order! Luckily, that he got stunned. Yowza! I'm noticing that less control, like, incredibly. I also really would like it if I would get a little bit more stress heal. Yowza. That damage. Yeah, they're really focusing hardcore on our bounty hunter. Well, that is at least dealt with, but...
The ground quakes.
Stress-wise, we've dealt with much, but...
Precision and power.
There we go. In forever bayonet jab territory. Will you please stop focusing on one character? I would like to heal, for instance, the Houndmaster. I clicked on the one. I'm surprised that at least it did a stun, but that was... I clicked on the one. Urgh. There we go. Heal them both up.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Yeah, they don't... For some reason, this guy, this skeleton, really doesn't like bounty hunters. And the unfortunate thing is they never hit the flagellant, which is, of course,
As the fiend falls,
unfortunate.
a faint hope blossoms.
We could use crests, I know. Okay, so let's do it like this then. Wow. Okay then. I guess we just got ourselves the big bag of loot that we already want, so... And the rest we need for moving on through the dungeon. So everything else, gone. Hopefully this fight will go a little better.
Obliterated.
Obliterated. Little grave nibble.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Indeed it is.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I know, Wayne, but not really suffering from that right now. Oh, now this is a team that we should be able to fight a lot better against. Though they start opening with a crit, it is still annoying. Oh, that's very little damage for what I've expected, because he has additional damage versus bleeding and what have you not. I'm really worried about a bounty hunter, how much they're hacking into him.
Grievous injury.
Now it's the Houndmaster.
Fear.
Problem also is, of course, that in this team, we don't... We have a form of a tank and a flagellant, but I don't know what it is, but they just don't like to target the flagellant for some reason. That's a heavy bleed most of the time, yeah. And I'm also stressing out like a madman.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Problem is also we lack control. We have to kill. Oh please, you have to do that a little better than that. Again, failing to hit the flagellant. That additional dodge you get from equipping both trinkets, it's only a disadvantage. You want the flagellant to get hit. Oh, why are all those things so bad? Please target a few more people with your... that was a bad choice. I could have actually killed him, most likely. Oh, now it's a good thing. If we can now get... order! Blur first the Houndmaster, first the Stress Seal. Now the Vestal if possible, but no, never mind. Oh, okay. And now I'm going to get this, yeah. Even while I'm not trying to toy him, I'm trying to kill him, not working, people complaining. What am I supposed to do here?
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Yeah, you could have some better. Okay. Let's move on. I think I'll soon make out a camp, even though this dungeon is actually truly long, but. Yeah, let's do that.
Gather
let's eat
close
fully.
In tenuous firelight and uneasy companionship.
I clicked on it so fast that I was not allowed to, like, hey dude, you can't do that twice. Ooh. Don't know why that did 23. Oh. No, it's 20 stress and this is... Why in the heck did that did 23? Oh, plus 50% stress healed while camping. Alright, that actually was beneficial right now. Let's give you that so that you counter a little bit your debuff.
The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Dang nabbit.
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
I don't care so much about the machinations, I care some more about the fact that we've just gotten stress again. Alright, walk back. The torches don't seem to last as long as I had thought it would, considering our down event, to be honest. That is bogus. We just gotten food, but never you mind. Yeah, we're running quicker through torches than I would have expected. Well, that is good. And at least we know where possible enemies are, and that is a good thing. Dang, damn it, man. Alright. Ooh, lots of battles coming up. Get ready, folks. Battles ahoy. Another meal. Okay. You guys are kind of hungry while we just ate like a big meal. Gotta kill you. There is no doubt who needs to die first. That is you, good sir. You, get yourselves already some marking and get yourself some protection so that you can do whatever is needed. You! If only you could move them around. Now the buffs are unreal that he can give. Get yourself targeted. Still, we need to kill him. Good. Oh, that is really good. 21 damage. Your buffs are insane. And a dodge. Dag nabbit. I just can't.
Devastating.
I should have cookied this up earlier, but I'm going to do it now because we're not doing well in this fight. You need to die because otherwise you're gonna raise everybody. Thank you. Of course, a crit. Again. Again at death's door. Don't miss because you really need to stun something here. If only they would target the flagellant instead of the bounty hunter. Will you please target somebody else for once? Protect him. Oh, luckily we have that also available in the team. Group heal, because everybody needed a little bit, and it at least gets it on death's door. Nope. Lucky we have that ability. Voila! And you are... No, not invading that jab territory just yet. Still protecting them. Otherwise it still would have been probably done. Dang, damn it, man. In this dungeon, they really don't like a bounty hunter for some reason. Voila. Nope, we're dodge tanking. Does mean we can't stress heal, but we're dodge tanking. Have you seen how many attacks they have focused on freaking our bounty hunter here? They've not gone for anyone else right now. Yeah, you foul ward. Okay. This is the moment I think we can stress you a little. Think we've gotten our bounty hunter out of the trouble. And they're still fighting for attacking him non-stop. Just the bounty hunter.
Nerves and panic.
Just the bounty hunter, but I also need to stress you at some point. Naturally, again, that doesn't hit nearly enough the two that needed it most. Oh, at least you are gone. That gives you a little bit of stress relief. And with his stun, we have a chance. But now I fear a little bit that we won't be fast enough with killing this thing. Because we need to stress heal. Yeah, that brings it into the acceptable territory. Still the bounty hunter. Doesn't care. As long as he tags the bounty hunter. When we're debuffing his bleed so much that if you don't watch out, we might be able to bleed him. And a dodge. Oh, now you go for the flagellant. We do not tarry. I am trying to kill him as fast as I can. That is utter bullshit to say that. The point is he has way too many protections. He has 45% protections. You wondering why I tarry? Well, it's pretty hard to kill this dude. if he's the last one.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
That's still a really weird saying, because the more you kill, the less there is. This is an interesting one. I might actually go for the little guys. Because these guys are so little, it might actually be worthwhile to kill them. Like, that you have a chance for it. Here, your buff is gone. Of course, that's crits.
For the slightest lapse in concentration.
I had hoped that I could then, well, killing these guys so quickly. And see, because his damage buff is now off it. Oh, and he regains it? Okay, that doesn't matter then. But I need to stress heal. You cannot be stunned, but you can definitely be stunned. I do like his banner a lot. It's like so cool the way they designed that. But here, do that and we are controlling the fight a lot better. Ah, too bad. I'd hoped for 10 damage, of course. I know he will recall him, but at least that is another one gone. Defend the icon. Ooh. He cannot be in the second position. Interesting, I didn't even know that. Again, only the bounty hunter, huh? Once again, it's only the bounty hunter. Alright, we'll just focus on him. There we go, there's that mostly handled. We are now fighting in full light. That is an advantage. It's okay, right? It's alright. It's just a bump in the night. It's not something to be terrified about. I'm not telling that to you, my watchers. I'm telling that to my people here who are fighting. Who are apparently scared of a little bit of a bump in the night. Apparently they never watched American Horror Story. Or whatever other TV series there might be around that actually deals with the creepy ghoulies and ghosties of the night. I know I can also heal, don't get me wrong, but I'm trying to actually hope that he gets one more time hit. Alright. And then he can use his own heal. Oh, he's at 25 now exactly, isn't he? Blop! Hello, full health. Goodbye.
Decimated.
There we go. Nice.
Eradicated.
Dealt with. More D's. Don't mind if I do.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
At this fight, I didn't need a cookie. The matter of the fact is that he didn't have that strong of a backup team to support his very strong ability of raising creatures. There we go. There's still a lot of corridor to go. for 90% room discovery. I am not very happy about how much additional light has been gained from that town event. I still feel like I needed the third stack of torches. Well, at least that is one gone.
Mortality clarified in a
Wow,
single
they didn't even
strike.
go for the bounty hunter. I am surprised. They're actually going for the flagellant. There we go. Move him a little bit to the back.
Ringing ears,
Ew.
blurred vision.
Nice for the best abilities. Bad for the fact that I am getting a crit in my face. Oh. Just do this. Let's first take out the damage dealers. Boom. It did allow Freud, that heal, to actually be part of the damage team. So that is good. And I think now he only has clumsy X-Blade. Or foul warding. Alright. That's apparently also a possibility. And this time I need to be careful that I really don't have like only one up with full health and the other one with just a little bit of... Like one with full health and the other one dead, because then I get into the same issue I had before, that I can't really clear them out properly in time for the team not to complain. But yeah, the stuns, we have one less, but because the one that is we have, the secondary one, is on the healer, can't really guarantee that that is gonna go through. But at least we're creating a lot of light right now. I think they upped the resistance of the skeletons, because I thought it was 100% or something, but now it's 245%. Which is fine by me, because a bleeding skeleton is weird. I think we managed one time on our channel. There you go, to the back. Minus 100% bleed, more or less. But it doesn't last long enough to matter. Which is probably why you're not allowed to use 2 flagellants. I would like that to be... Yes, thank you. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Well, we need to take you down a peg, because otherwise, as I said before, bad things happen. The 100% lighting... Probably should have healed. To be to be fair.
Quickly the tide turns.
Yeah, it would have been nice now. They do the double stun what we did to them. Alright. But I can't use my secondary stunner. I have to heal now. And I have the stress heal after that crit. And they're again on the full-on, let's go for the bounty hunter tactic. How? I think he was 3 times already at death's door in this dungeon. Alright, that's again acceptable levels of stress, and then he crits me again. Ay, 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 ay. Giving him additional protection. He's now 70% protections. Bada boom, bada bing. Alright, that is the stress dealt with, supposedly. Still going to focus heal for a moment. And then probably one focus heal on the flagellants. Though in this round he needs to be dying, so yeah, can't really guarantee it.
Trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Yeah. We have too much light to throw away the campfire, so willy-nilly. But I am going to do it like this. And then probably not have a campfire without full food. Without having a food, like a feast. Oh, this is a high-stress team. This is a high-stress team. And that is her dealt with. Well, that's a decent opening for sure.
Death by inches.
Perhaps I should have used a cookie here.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
Nice. Additional stun. Recreating some light. Stress is not high enough to be worried about, but he's dead next turn, so we will deal with it. It was a crit, it was additional stress relief. And some light creation. Nice!
Falls.
Don't need any of this.
Expedition at least promises success.
This is an empty room, we know this. But we have 90% of room discovery, so we had to kind of go in. So I'm considering walking here without creating light. Which I think I will do, yeah. And this fight will be a bit tougher. Hopefully it won't be a horrible fight. That's doable, if we can take her out quickly enough. That's unfortunate that she doesn't bleed, because that leaves out a lot of extra damage for us. No. 24 stress. Really? Double dodge on her. But she's so quick that I'm afraid that she will go in first next round as well. No, our bounty hunter's quicker. Please kill her. Yes, thank you. Then from here on in, it is stun and heal and stress heal. Mark yourself. Get the bleed over. And there we go. Get the stress heal going. nice. Allows for Freud to keep stunning. And thus creating a little bit of light. Which makes me wonder, is that worth it? Probably not.
Masterfully executed.
By the time we can win for our Houndmaster Raaf to start stress healing everybody, that is a godsend. So let's create a little bit of light. Okay, we can kill him whenever we want to. Whenever we want to, this guy is dead. If it only hits one, then I'm glad it hits the one person that needs it the most. Heal up a little. Stumbling Scratch does literally 0 damage. Thanks to all those protections. 2 people at 14 and unfortunately another crit. No. I was debating to killing him, but I'm going to, yeah, let's do it like this. That unfortunately did not give him some additional stress heal. Additional busts.
So clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
No, let's leave it like that.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
No. Bupe. Bupe. Voila, because of your additional stress heal. Oh, that wasn't needed, of course, because he could have stress healed himself completely, and then I could have stress healed Freud completely. Oops. Remove a disease, who knows?
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
I assume we can skip this one and can make this roundabout. And that should be enough for the rest of the dungeon. As well with our torches and anything else. So, time to gather up our resources. Do we still have keys? We have keys. We're returning. La 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 la. Sorry, folks. There's a secret room. Can't pass that up. That's just too darn good. Certainly at the end of a dungeon. And it also counts, by the way, for discovering rooms. That is a very additional important note. Finding this room counts to the amount of rooms you need to find for your 90%. So, that's definitely a bonus.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
Room battle with Curio. We don't need that, so we can skip most of it. So we don't need the shovels anymore. We can actually do it like this. And be fine. Do I expect more to use shovels or keys? I'm going to say shovels because it's mostly curios. Alright. Yeah, we're not going to go towards that fight. Last thing gonna happen, bub. We're gonna move in there. We're gonna light the torch. We now have enough torches. I'm glad I didn't eat a full meal, because now I would be stressed that we would have gotten another hunger activation before the end of the dungeon. Time to move to this room battle with a treasure attached to that. Room battle. Nope.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Full light. Ooh, that's a fight and a half, thanks to her and him. And unfortunately, the exact one that can bleed cannot be reached by the Flagellant. I should really remember for myself, Flagellant bad in ruins, because he is. That, however, Froy is wonderful. You just eliminated the big stress dealer. That's a little bit bad, Eastwood.
Slow death.
You should perhaps squint a little less and try a little bit more to hit. Okay. Oh! Full attack on the Flagellant, who dodges everything. That is amazing. Can you do it again, Froy? A little too much to ask. But, Eastwood? Eastwood! I'm really disappointed in you. Also, wow. They must be disappointed in him. He's like the high damage dealer and he's been failing. Froy will heal that up. There we go. He has missed every freaking time. Alright. Perhaps I should have realized that Eastwood more likes to fight with his fists. A crit. Alright. Not a lot of people were phased by that though, luckily. Unfortunately, I just realized we could have used the key here, but whatever. No. Yes, that please. Oh, not enough damage. Yeah, that was exactly what I was worried about, but luckily there's a dodge. And Clumsy X-Blade isn't very particularly accurate. So that is good. Stress is very low. It's very nice. Should be careful, by the way, of leaving him up as last. But I am going to do it because I don't want that damage anymore. Bye-bye. But I have an idea on how to do it. You! Lower your protections! Voila! Insta-kill.
These nightmarish
deeds are nice.
Can be felled. They can be beaten.
You, in case it's trapped. Voila. That's the least problematic person for it to be trapped for. Alrighty. Yeah, I know you got light. Sack is empty. Well, that's unfortunate. Man, that's a really empty always. And we can't do anything with this. I'm gonna continue adventuring, just have a look, see if I can find a curio where I can interact with in a nice way. No? Okay, I'm gonna go towards this fight. I know that will make the episode almost an hour long, or actually will make at least an hour long, I know that for sure, but I'm sure some of you would like that. It had to be you. I don't like you. Get out of here. You're really annoying. Probably much as annoying as his voice is, and that is a bad curio. I know you, lad. I wonder if this was a former Flagellant. Look at how his mouth is moving. Oh, hell no, you didn't. You do not protect it. But look, his mouth is moving just like the flageolet is. See? No here. I just really like the eye. I think the eye is just wicked. I know you don't use that word a lot anymore, but he's using wicked surges, so I think it's appropriate right now. Yo! Goodbye!
A momentary abatement.
Now, if you guys don't start really weirdly critting in silly stuff like that, we should be able to come out of this fight quite nicely. Lower your protections, which I should have done so many times, so much sooner. You have stun resistance, but you don't. Oh, that's not what you do. Oh, but what's a counter dodge? Actually, all the skeleton mouths move, so I'm talking out of my ass there about it being like the flagellant, but I got you there for a moment now, didn't I? Goodbye. Should have done that way sooner. Lower protections.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
One blood over... We make enough blood, we don't have any vampires. Why was I even considering that? And that's a torch. I'm not gonna go all the way back. This is a fine dungeon. This is not where we're gonna leave it.
Shifted corridors and sloped walls
Let's
of our
see.
ancestry are beginning to feel familiar.
I think it's a lot of heirlooms we got out of it, and I'm fine with that. And still, 27,000 bucks. It's pretty good. Roy, what did you get? Hysterical blindness. We'll get rid of that. Fascinated with corpses. Ruins explorer instead of wheeled adventure. Paranormia instead of tippler. Actually, that's pretty good because you cannot drink.
The town is alive with wild merriment and desperate jubilation.
All treatment facilities are free. Does that include this? Yes. We can lock in some very nice trades. Why are there more people with Crimson Curse? What? Replace tapeworm. Replace bad humors. What? Hold on, Froy. I'm first going to get rid of this. No, what? This is really annoying. Does it now always replace one with the other? Can I just... Because there's no more thing that shows like, hey, you can get this stuff. Bring madness into the cemetery and bring madness out. Assassin now is the Crimson Curse. Okay, so... Hold on here. I have the feeling I can't put in people with the Crimson Curse. It still acts like possibly giving stuff to other people. Alright. Archer. Eldritch Hater or quick reflexes. You know what? I'm gonna do this off camera, but I hope you enjoyed this episode, and probably we're gonna go and do some stuff over here and get the this is for the Plague Doctor, but do several times to kill the Guardian in order to hope to find all the best trinkets around. It's also noticeable that well, there's one Ancestor's Musket Bowl, but we've gotten many of them. So, and look at the gold. The gold is also perfect. So yeah, we're definitely going to try and kill the Guardian several times in a row and probably get a lot of trinkets out of that. It might be a bit boring, but I think it's the best way probably for getting into the darkest dungeon, considering what some of those trinkets can do for you. I say thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.